What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to another installment into the extraordinary life of Emon. I am your host, and today we will be discussing a very touchy topic. It has been running rampant throughout this country, and I really do just want to get right into it. But before we jump into it, please do me that favor, like this video and subscribe to the channel. That's all I'm gonna ask right now. I'm gonna ask a little bit more later, but that's all I need from you right now. That being said, today I want to talk about the active shooter phenomenon that has hit this country in stride. Full disclosure, I'll be looking at it from multiple different broad overviews. I'll be looking at it from a parent point of view and that of a law enforcement officer's point of view as well. Add a little bit of mental health into that, and that should just about bring us home when it comes to this. But I did want to give that disclosure that that is what I want to talk about today. When I went to school, when I grew up, I went to the park. I played outside, I ran around my neighborhood, I was interested in video games, sports, and girls. That was it. I listened to the adults, I listened to my parents, I listened to those around me because I knew everybody. So guess what? If I didn't listen to you and you were an adult and you told my mother or my father, I was gonna be in trouble. I already knew. When I got home, it was on. Belt action would have been enforced, and I would have had my Dreamcast or whatever taken away, and it would have been a rough night for me. That's just how that would have happened. I understood growing up cause and effect, and basically decided I was gonna stay in the lines as much as possible. I went out, I had fun, I had a great day, I had tons of friends, and it was outstanding. Now, it wasn't perfect. I got into mischief, as all kids do. Every kid should get into some sort of trouble, but it was nothing major. It was the usual stuff that kids got in trouble for. I say that because never, and I mean never, did I ever have the idea to participate in some sort of active shooter or something crazy that would do devastating harm to somebody or a class of people. No, it just never happened. It never crossed my mind. It never crossed my mind ever in my life, to be completely honest. I believe that there's a parenting issue in this country, and it has spiraled out of control to the point where parents aren't getting involved in these children's lives in the way that they should be. There's no way my daughters could come into the house, could plot, could develop, could plan, could buy things, and me not know about it. No way. No how. I hold everybody accountable for their part, whether you're directly involved or whether you're indirectly involved. If you're involved, I'm holding you accountable. This type of behavior should not be tolerated. Under no circumstances should it be tolerated. I see a lot of new school type of parents, young parents, trying to be their kids' friends, trying to be their kids' peer. You are not your kid's friend. The role of a parent isn't to be their friend or their peer. The role is to prepare them for life, to prepare them to get out of your home, to go out there, to make positive influence on this world, to be the best that they can be, honestly, to be better than you. If you do that, you did pretty good. At that point, you could say you've instilled in them what they need to function and move forward in a positive direction in life. Otherwise, you fail. Furthermore, let's go ahead and talk about the mental health element real quick. If something isn't right with your child, take them to be evaluated. If they're sick, you take them to the doctor, so why not take them to be mentally evaluated to make sure that everything is normal with them? Or if they're going through something, maybe depression, whether they're feeling some way, whether they're being bullied, whatever it may be, get them checked out, get it looked at, get it squared away. It's okay. You are their link to the rest of the world. It's unfair to them, and it is also your responsibility to make that happen. There's always a fear that something is wrong with a child. I understand that, but again, you have the responsibility to make sure that that child is protected and that child stands the best chance. That's just how that's going to be. If there is something wrong with the child, it's your responsibility to do your best to fix it, to get them the resources that they need to improve, to manage, to fix, to cure, whatever it may be. You have the responsibility as a parent to make that happen. Also, to be completely honest, a lot of people don't realize, depending on what's wrong with the child, you might be able to get a check every month, some financial assistance. So why not look into it? Why not step up and take take that role and do the best for your child. Because I think about this and I always remember that saying that children are the future. Well, we're in the future. So now look, the children that were children are now adults. And look at what we have now. We're here. This phenomenon is hitting the country. I'm not going to go too far into this, and I didn't really want this to go into bashing parents out there who aren't doing what they're supposed to do. But I did just want to get my opinion out there in reference to this. I think we have a parenting issue. I think that it needs to be addressed. And I feel like to some level, they have failed. Moving on, let's switch gears a little bit. I've been trained a bit in my career in law enforcement. You know, I wanted to switch gears. Let me put on my law enforcement hat for a second. Let me tell you a little bit about it. I've been trained to respond to active violent incidents. What that means is it's not only active shooting incidents, but all active violent situations. It includes them, but it's not all of them. My role as a law enforcement official, in my official capacity, when I'm in uniform doing my thing and I get dispatched or I get called out or I'm involved in that incident, my role, and it's very, very important for you to understand, is to stop the threat and to protect the public. That is my role. If nothing else, that is what I'm going to be doing. When I get to the scene, I will not be waiting outside. I will not be cowering behind a tree. I will not be in my car. I will be diving directly into the mix and going directly to address the threat. I'd rather be shot than stand by and let the innocents be harmed or slaughtered in that situation. So I'm gonna jump in. I'm going directly at it. In fact, I'm gonna go ahead and make it happen. That being said, my role is not to render medical aid at that time. My role is, until otherwise stated, to neutralize the threat. If the assailant involved in the incident can be taken into custody, so be it. They will be respected. They will be taken into custody. However, if not, then not. Furthermore, these incidents are a huge cluster. They never go smoothly because there are so many pieces involved. There's so many hands in the pot. More than likely, there's so many agencies that are involved in this. It's just the way it is. It's always a cluster. It will never go smoothly. But when it comes down to it, I don't have time to play politics. I don't have time to set up a tactical approach or anything like that. If I get there and it's an active violent assailant still on the loose, my job is to do what? You guessed it, address the threat. I don't care what uniform you wear, what number you are, what priority you are, whatever's going on, at some sort of deep down level, you have that call of duty just like I do. You have that call to help those in need. So you have in you the capacity to address that threat, and you should be doing exactly that. There should be no cowering. There should be no waiting. There should be no hesitation whatsoever. That is what we're trained to do. That is what we continuously train to do. That's what we should be doing. In my true opinion, I think this country actually has gone a bit soft. I am my brother's and or sister's keeper and will not stand by and let them go astray. And if more people felt that way, I feel like we would be in a better place. But nevertheless, I do gotta wrap it up here. This has actually been a pretty long one already. What do you think? Leave it down in the comment section below. I really do appreciate that, and I really do appreciate you taking the time to come on out and listen to this with me. If you haven't already, please do me that favor, subscribe to the channel, leave a like on the video, all that wonderful good stuff. This has been another installment into the extraordinary life of Emon. I have been your host thus far, and I will definitely see you on the next one.